Let's go, baby. Welcome back to the channel. The Mighty Thumb Club welcomes you all. That's right, my friends. Come on in. You bring the milk. I got the chocolate syrup up on the top shelf of awesomeness. Put them together. Stir it up. And drink it down, because it's going to be a good night tonight, my friends. That's right. You know we're talking about Dynamite last night. Oh, yeah. We got pictures. We got videos. You guys are going to dig it, man. You're going to dig it. I wish I want to go back and watch the TV performance of it, because I feel like so much good stuff happened last night. And I want to hear like the announcer's take on how they sell it and everything. What a night to be going to have your first in live wrestling experience. And you think I'm pumped? Ben was over the moon. He got to see everybody he wanted. He wanted to see MJF and CM Punk, right? And we weren't sure if they were even going to be there because they fought last week, but they were. Right? He wanted to see Jericho. He wanted to see Hangman. Oh my God. He got to see Moxley. 2 debuts. And I'll be honest, I didn't know who they were. Crowd went nuts. Crowd went crazy for Keith Lee, man. Oh my God. Went back and did some homework in the hotel room and found out who he was. He was NXT champion? Correct me if I'm wrong. Did he ever get pulled into the main roster? But the way, oh my God, the way he did the super launch of that dude, he's like yeeted those guys. And then Matt Hardy walked out on him. And then right before stream, I remixed this song so I could have it playing. When Hangman's song is playing, it's not like the greatest intro, but it might be the best outro of any music, because you just let this run on repeat, and it was just playing forever, even after they went off air. He was used like crap on the main roster. It ruined his character. Oh, really? Well, their loss is our gain, right? Let me pull some pictures, share some stuff with you. But Hangman's music is like, when a match is over, his music is got to be the coolest to just let play. And the arena is just like, and then he does the belt. Okay, so let's start for a couple things I didn't know going into the live event. I didn't know the announcers got introed. I should have expected it, but I didn't know that. But then I didn't know JR has a musical entrance. The Texas Death Match was nuts. Ben was dozing off a little bit. I was like, go get up, come on. I want to watch it back because I didn't see how the top rope broke. Was it from when he did his initial, because he launched right into Archer with, what's his move? The moonsault lariat, the jumpstart lariat, the kickstart my heart lariat. Oh, somebody came down and undid it. The buckshot lariat. Duh. Okay. It's still the Oklahoma fight song. Yeah. Yeah, when JR comes in. Let me start there. So let me pull up pictures and I'll get the screen up. Can I full screen this? Let's see if we can. Okay. So we got in for the dark matches. There's Ben. Oh, that's Ben in the hotel room. He's like, oh yeah, we're ready to rock. I honestly don't know who was doing what in the dark matches. Why is it doing... Don't autoplay the slideshow. Just... And you're going backwards, slideshow. But the last dark match was a 5-on-5 10-man tag team match. It just... People were just flying in and out of ring. It was so hard to follow. So we're in section 221. We're in seats 1 and 2, right? If you can see my mouse... Those seats down there against the rail, against the walkway, those were the $500 seats. The seats I could, and ours were 30. The seats I could have got for 90 were right here, which would have been cool. But I'd say anything in the 100 section, which is all this, and on our side, it's right here in front of us. Anything in that 100 section is worth the extra money. If that's a $50 ticket versus a 30, that is worth it. If it's 60, it's worth it. These floor seats are, you got to have expendable income, you know. But these 100 section tickets, I think, are so worth it. So these are basically, let's get shots to prove that we were here, right? And then they get ready to start the show. And what happens, I'll say it before I show you. On my phone, I have an alarm for 8 o'clock on Wednesdays for when AEW comes on, and that starts going off when I'm videoing and stops my video. I was like, ah. So let's see here. There's Ben, get ready, rock. There's a panorama of the arena. There's us rocking out. So there's Excalibur, there's Tony, then JR comes out. These two come out just on the side and just walk into their seats. They just get announced. JR gets like a full-on intro.
We're going 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So that's them going live. And then my alarm went off on my phone for the 8 o'clock alarm. So then we had to get started up again. Ben's loving it. How hilarious was MJF's intro? This was hilarious, dude. Didn't expect it. Should have expected it. I didn't realize. This hit me like a ton of bricks once you see it live. And I know you guys have. But, oh my God. He is insanely over as a heel. It is unbelievable. The crowd just loves hating on him. It is so nuts. I didn't even see the Sting lookalike down here. Look at this guy. He's insanely over, and he's so good. When you watch the other heels come out at night, he's on another level. Oh, maybe that wasn't the Sting lookalike. Maybe that was a mask. No, that's a... Oh, he's behind a chair right now. There he is. So they came out, they did their spiel. This might be Jericho's entrance. Oh no, CM Punk coming out.
Gosh, you know, I'm watching the monitor in the back, and you're talking about beating me in Chicago. Your win in Chicago is about as suspect as your spray tan. I'm a little bit of an island amongst myself. I don't like to ask for help. Luckily, today, I've learned from my mistake a couple of weeks ago. You bunch of jackasses like to pick your spots and beat up one guy. Today, I got some friends.
And I was surprised we didn't see Darby Allin or Sting the rest of the night after this. Oh, we saw him in a promo in the back. That's right.
Let's go, baby. Take your jackets off. Get your dress shoes off. This is going to go one of two ways. I'm either going to...
All right, that's Jericho's intent. I want to swing this down a little bit.
Gosh, you know, I'm watching the monitor in the back, and you're talking about beating me in Chicago. Your win in Chicago is about as suspect as your spray tan. I'm a little bit of an island amongst myself. I don't like to ask for help. Luckily, today, I...
All right, that's a picture. This is Jericho's entrance. This is so cool live. Pretty much Hyperion, yeah. This is Ben's new favorite song. He was cranking it all day in the kitchen. He's working on cupcakes. He has it playing on repeat. This is so good. He's living the dream. Okay, so one thing you guys got to educate me on is Jericho supposed to be the heel? Because what's their names are breaking away from Inner Circle? Because it's so hard for him to come off as the heel when the crowd loves him. And he's not really doing like heel things. Like he's not doing usual Jericho heel things. You think he's starting now? Because he usually does, there's like token heel things he does. Like, you know, like MJF is rocking, like shut up the crowd, cesspool, Atlantic City, stuff like that. Cheap heel pops that you get to, you know, sway the turn. Oh, I wish I had videoed some of this match. I didn't realize who Keith Lee was, and he's going to get down and yeet this dude across the freaking mat. Like when the crowd popped, it was one of the two times. There were two times when the crowd just jumped out of their seats and popped, and this was the first one. It was insane. Crowd went crazy when it launched him across the screen, across the mat. This was one of the two. They popped, and I couldn't see who it was. Like I had to get up and get out of the way to see what was going on. I didn't know who it was. This is CM Punk, I think, coming out for the tag match.
From Chicago, Illinois, weighing 218 pounds.
That's Ben's favorite right there. You jumped out, you see the home. He does repeat. CM Punk is Ben's favorite by far. I don't know if they sold any teasers at home on the show, but we had no idea who his partner was going to be. They didn't tell you anything. This is the second time the crowd popped out of their seats. I think mainly because of where he came from. Babe couldn't really see where he was. Get him, Ricky. Give me Vaughn. You want Rick Vaughn? This match was really good. It kept going on and on. It went really good. I think there was one botched spot where CM Punk was supposed to finish off the old dude who was down there. I don't know who that guy was. But outside of that, the match was great. They sold a lot of close calls. And then when they finally did execute, they almost were going to finish together, and then they didn't. And then they eventually did. It was so good. Oh, those were stills during the video. That was after the match. Punk turns around to salute the crowd. Moxley just walks off. Yeah, totally Blanchard. Yeah. It looked like Punk had trouble getting him up first, or Blanchard couldn't sell it. The main event. That's what the ring used to look like. I don't know if I think he was. He looked like he walked off okay. But the hurt knee from last week, he could have been. This was, now that I know what happened, this is great. I want to watch the TV version of this because they did such a great job. They set up the tables, and then they did a good job of the almost going through the tables. And then they're in a spot, according to the TV, where they go off and do other things, and you just kind of forget that they're there. You know? And it was really cool when they came back to it for the finish. It was so good. All right, so after this, they're doing their thing, and then I noticed the top rope was down, and I was like, oh, something happened to the top rope. And then they went into the crowd right in front of us, and that's when Hangman does the backflip, and I caught it mid-shot. So he jumps here, and he's the only upside-down dude in the picture right here, doing the backflip right in front of us. Like, you're right. This is like AEW pay-per-view. This is like this. I mean, this is as good as I could have hoped it would get. Every single person on their feet, you know, for the main event. That's like Attitude Era wrestling, you know. Some people with phones. This dude overhand just double fisted up in the air. This guy's like, I paid all this money for front row and I can't even see what's going on. This dude's just like, hell yeah. Like, oh, this is the end. Oh, it's on full screen. Kind of like movies, like you want to watch it again now that you know what happens. Crowd didn't know what was going to happen when Adam Cole came out. Is this next feud, you think? I leave it playing because Hangman is a great, cool raise the belt moment at the end of this. I wish I could make it bigger.
That's it, buddy. Give me one more mighty thumb.
I love it. I love it. Hangman's only had it a few months. Was that October? November? And there's the finished ring. The finish through the two tables was great because, like I said, you should have saw it coming, but you forgot they were there. And then when you saw the setup and you went for the buckshot Larry into it, the whole crowd says, "Oh yeah, awesome, yeah!" That was really well done. Love it. You think they'll have like a 3-match series to extend his title reign? Because you have to think too. You like if you want Adam Cole to have it, you got to have a plan for what you're gonna do with Hangman if he drops it. You know. Oh, I forgot one last thing. That was the night last night, and there's Ben with his new shirt. He loves it. Well, he's wearing it to school tomorrow. He's so pumped. What the hell? It was it was one of those magical, awesome nights that he and I got to share. So excited. Boom, boom, boom. Because I agree, Hangman's only had it for a few months. So, is that something you can Google search? When do you actually take it from Kenny Omega? November 13th. Yeah, it's only 3 months. Stephen Blake Waltz. Dragonite, what's up, dude? So, like I said, Ben got to see everybody he wanted to see. I think the only person who wasn't there was Bryan Danielson. They taped Rampage afterwards, but we left. We got merch, and then we headed out there to get some dessert. But I think Bryan Danielson, did he cut a promo? But I don't think he was there in the building, though. I think it was a tape promo.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing that.
So yeah, it would air tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
But it was advertised that he was an appearance by, but I don't think he was going to be there. I think it was a video promo. That's my guess. But
Yeah, because he's kind of setting something up with Moxley right now.
Danielson's still heel, right? He turned last month.
I don't know what he is. I think he's supposed to be heel.
Well, Moxley's definitely the wild card. I'll do whatever I want.
Yeah.
You know, I thought that Danielson definitely turned, but I don't remember seeing him that much afterwards after he turned. Dragon, we just did a full recap of it for the last half hour. It was amazing. It was amazing. All right, do I want to be this guy tonight or I want to be somebody else? Let's see. Who's going to get me dubs tonight?
Yeah, don't be him. Don't even draw attention to the way that show ended. Ugh. What a disgrace.
You went from it was okay to a disgrace? I thought it was fine.
I thought it was good. I thought the episode was good, but I thought what they did to that man was criminally disgraceful.
Oh, absolutely. That was the one thing I was referencing. Yeah, that was when it happened, I was like, oh, no.
Yeah, that was absolutely horrible what they did, and they could have made up for it at the post-credit scene, but I don't understand the point of that. Why that dude was in the back of the tank, don't get it, but whatever. I trust these guys, and they really have never. This is the first time they've ever kind of let me down on something.
Unless he gets his own series leading up to that, but I'm like of his adventures, the adventures of. But I don't want to see it, knowing that there's an end to it at some point. You know.
Yeah, I thought that they were gonna. I thought a really cool thing they could have done for season 2 of Boba Fett would have been basically him versus Cad Bane the whole season, and then you have flashbacks seeing young Boba Fett being trained by Cad Bane and whatnot, and then you see like the rift that happens between them to cause them to go their separate ways, and then you can see Boba Fett in the flashbacks hunting to find his dad's armor and get that, and then vice versa, while what's going on in the present, him and Cad Bane basically just hunting each other down the whole season. I think it would have been really cool. And then they're just like, nope. Not at all.
Unfortunately.
But seeing him ride that Rancor around was badass.
I thought that was cool as heck.
Yeah.
I swear to God, the number, I saw this scene and I saw it and I was like, oh, that was kind of weird. And then I moved on. But the amount of hate the stupid spin move got on the interwebs, oh my God, people are out to kill people over that. And I'm just like, dude, it was like 60 frames of the entire episode. Like, get over it. Like, everything can't be perfect.
Yeah, and can I be honest? I didn't even see it happen real time. I wasn't looking at that. I was looking at Chrysanthemum. I was looking at Chrysanthemum pull out the gun and start shooting. So when I saw that on Twitter, I was like, what are they talking about? And then I saw the scene, saw him spin, and I was like, oh. But I didn't. I was like, man, y'all should be way more pissed off over Cad Bane getting killed so fast as opposed to this. Like, point your hate in the right direction.
Yeah, people kind of like... People were way more upset about the spin move than they were about Cad Bane. I was really surprised.
Yeah, and I guess it's because Cad Bane was a regular character in Clone Wars and whatnot. Yeah. So I guess if you're looking at it, he's an older guy, and he's had his due. That's why I'm not just so like up in arms upset about it, really. Because I've seen the dude, do his thing before. And I would have been, pretty cool with him getting killed, but I just wish they would have had a better fight.
Yeah.
It was like, oh. But it did make my jaw drop, so, I mean, they did their job with it, I guess.
Yeah. I guess I got hyped because I wanted to see more of them. And maybe they'll do it at some point. But it was almost like Dave Filoni basically brought that character to fruition through Clone Wars. And I'm assuming he had to sign off on killing him. That's sad.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna say it. I'm a little pissed at that little green bastard. That little lima bean for that decision he made.
Yeah.
I think it was a bad one.
I think it was
Because
also
here's
bad that they showed him coming back to the planet, because then you knew you're sitting there waiting for him to come at some point. You know, during the battle. I wish he just would have showed up at the battle instead of
exactly
showing him arrive. Yeah.
And here's my thing. That decision should set up for Grogu to become bad at some point, correct? Because
Not necessarily.
He's doing exactly what Anakin did and feeding into his
He's doing what everybody did, I guess.
Oh my God.
He left halfway through his training. Well, not even halfway through.
Well, and he's feeding into his attachment, you know, and that's what Anakin did. Is he fed into his attachment to Padme, and then fed into his fear of losing her, and that's what turned him to the dark side. And so now with Grogu is basically just giving in to his attachment to the Mandalorian, and if something happens in like a future season or anything else to where he might get ready to die, something like that, then he'll give into his fear of losing him, and we know what that leads to.
Yeah. The only thing
Which
that's
I'll be
different.
all right with that.
The only thing that's different, I could be alright with that too. The only thing that's different now is that he's not being tempted by the dark side in any way yet.
Yeah.
Who
But
knows? So the
why
door's
didn't
open.
why didn't his punk ass just go in, train under Luke, and then wait a few years, and then go find the Mandalorian when he was a Jedi? Dude, it's only a few years. It's like going up to school.
I was also disappointed with the Black Saber's performance in this episode. It was,
yeah, it was non-existent.
yeah, it's pretty underwhelming.
Right? He still needs to learn how to use it, though. Like, they did a very good job of explaining that in episode 5 with, you know, the way she was telling him, like, you have to, you know, you're wielding the lightsaber. You're not being one with the lightsaber, essentially, or the dark saber. And there's a lot more to that. And so I'm sure that'll be part of the season, or his season, you know, and it'll be him trying to figure out how the hell to do that.
Dude, I don't know what I did to my graphic settings, but this skin looks amazing right now.
Really?
The core skin with the black and purple, and I don't know, it looks badass.
Hell yeah.
So, of course, before I started my stream, I also got a Windows update message on my screen, so I'm sure once I do that, my graphics will get all screwed up again.
Oh god.
They were never screwed up.
Let's hope not.
They just look awesomer now for some reason.
Yeah.
When I was messing with them.
Also,
Dragon Knight's like I haven't seen it.
oh, okay. I'll shut up then. I didn't know he hadn't seen it.
He's like, I can't even talk about it. Well, Dragon Knight, you can sure as hell listen about it. I do have one, not gripe. It's a curiosity. When he says I'm going to get reinforcements, and I'm like that thing was at his palace. The Rancor's at his palace.
Mm-hmm.
So is his starship, which would have blown those droids right out of the water.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, why don't you just grab that thing and fly over and pew 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 pew?
Yeah, I guess maybe he was worried they would shoot it out of they could shoot it out of the sky, but I mean, all they had were like the little rifles. So.
Yeah.
Well, never mind. I mean, those droids actually were pretty big. I don't know. Maybe he didn't think that his his guns on the ship would do anything to it. I guess I don't know. That's kind of I never really thought about that.
I mean, I like
But
the
he also
cool.
could have gotten the fleet.
I like the Rancor payoff. That was pretty cool. Because they haven't mentioned that in a few episodes because, well, the past few episodes have not been about him. So
Yeah, now we know what he was doing during that time.
just hanging out, just watching Yellowstone.
Right? Now, did you think here? This doesn't like spoil anything, you know, but did you feel like the last maybe 10 minutes or so was? Did you feel like it was kind of rushed?
It could have been. I'd have to watch it again.
Yeah, and it was still, like I said, it was still satisfying and whatnot.
Where's the other side of this guy?
Nice.
Did you drop any small ammo?
Yeah, I should have.
How'd I run through all those?
There's 12 of these if you want to carry them.
Yeah, I'll carry those.
Okay.
Let me hit this berry.
Yeah, I just felt like the last little bit of it, while it wasn't bad, it just felt like, it almost felt like, you know, the one thing that was going on ended, and then it was like they radioed in and was like, shit, Dave, we forgot about the other thing. Go get that, go finish that real quick. and then they cut to it and it's like, oh, okay.
I'm gonna take the MK.
It's pretty sweet that we also get the Obi-Wan series premieres in May.
Was it May? Dang, I was hoping it was March.
Yeah. Yeah, it's May. And then they posted that first poster from it the other day too.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it looks really good. It's funny though. Somebody like on Twitter took all the captions away from it and everything, and they were like, "Now, if I just showed you this picture, you would 100% think it was a movie about Jesus." And I was like, I wanted to comment and be like, "Well, technically, that is Space Jesus."
True. Dragonette's
man.
Dragonette's like I only killed that llama once.
Yeah, I'm pumped for that, man. That's gonna be one hell of a show.
I hope so.
Well, they've kind of set themselves into a standard, and because they said, now this is just my opinion, but I think that fight in Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, between Obi-Wan and Anakin, I seriously think that is one of the greatest one-on-one fights in cinema history. I mean, that's just my opinion, though. But it's also known that and Duel of the Fates from Episode 1 are two of the best lightsaber fights we ever got in Star Wars.
Yeah.
And the showrunner came out and said that he's like, we know how everybody feels about that last fight between Anakin and Obi-Wan, and we're gonna do another fight in this show that'll rival that one. And so I'm like, all right, but you all said it, not me, so you better live up to it.
They also found a way to, like, when Darth Maul got killed, like in Episode 1. Sorry, spoilers, chat. Everybody in the movie theater was like, no, because everybody was like, this dude is the coolest dude ever, and then they offed him.
Oh yeah.
And then they brought him back through, was it Clone Wars and Rebels? He was in both, wasn't he?
Clone Wars, yeah. Yeah, he was in Clone Wars and Rebels. Rebels is where he finally dies.
Yeah, and against Obi-Wan. And then he was also in Rogue One at the end. And I'm like, they've done, but it's like, I don't know his full storyline. I know they find him and he has like a spider leg thing. Then his brother finds him and he gets related at some point.
He's basically gone mad. Yeah. He's basically gone completely mad. Like he's rabid like an animal.
But I feel like I want more of him. I want to see him kill people. A lot more people.
Oh my God, bro! A Darth Maul show would be absolutely nuts.
Like all you
And
have to do is
what
just
sucks is a lot of
put
good
him on the
stuff happened
screen
the
in a
Clone
freeze
Wars.
frame for like 2 seconds, for like 30 minutes, and just have him sit there
Yeah.
the entire time doing nothing, and it would be awesome.
Yeah, I wonder if he's just basically their trump card. He's like, well, if we put out these shows and they suck, we're just gonna have Darth Maul come on screen and fight somebody for about 10 minutes, and we're good for another few years.
Full Darth mode.
Yeah, just come off, because that's how it was with Rogue One. I mean, I thought that was I really enjoyed that movie, but when that happened at the end of it, bro, I was losing my mind.
No, I'm sorry. Whatchamacallit? He wasn't. He was at the end of Solo, not Rogue One. My bad.
Solo, yeah,
Yeah,
Solo,
I
not
said the
Rogue
wrong
One.
thing.
Yeah. So Rogue One in the end we got was with Vader and him, and dude, I can remember that in theaters, and bro, I remember that happened, and everybody in the theaters was like I swear it was like a collective, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like what? Like it was like one of those ones where like it wasn't even like, you know, with like Luke Skywalker at the end of Mando, that was, everybody was like going nuts, right? Like this one thing, people couldn't even go nuts because they were just like, oh,
Well, yeah, it's the first time you saw
God.
Vader in the suit fight the way you thought he should have fought wearing the suit.
Exactly.
And he's in a confined space, so he can't go super crazy. And he showed you how badass he could be in that space, still with like incredible mobility. It's exactly how everybody probably pictured him acting when they read about him. You know?
Yeah, and it was very old school Star Wars too. You know, it wasn't like the jump flips and crazy spins with the lightsaber. It was like you said, and the tight space, I think, helped that out. And it was more like it felt like you were watching old school Star Wars go badass.
Yeah.
And like you said, you just hadn't seen that. You know, because I remember when I was younger, I watched one of the DVD extras for, I think it was A New Hope. And they talk about, you know, when they were teaching him the lightsabers and how he wanted it to go. Like George Lucas said that he wanted it to be like old school samurai fighting, you know, where they like went out and it was like a traditional, like you hold the sword in front of you and you kind of just do it. That's why you see him fight the way they do in the original 2 Star Wars. They're kind of more just like holding it out in front of them and like, you know, dashing out and things. And then obviously when you got like the prequels, which I get why they did that, you know, they had to kind of change for the times and whatnot, and that's
Which is
why
weird
you see him
because
get
he
more
did the
crazy.
prequels. You know, that's the
Yeah.
weird part. He signed off on changing that fight style.
Yeah, which I was cool with. I mean, like
Yeah.
I said, if they never would have did that, we never would have gotten to see what Maul could do, and
Oof.
that was a major payoff.
And that, I mean, who knows what's going to happen because spiderweb somewhere. But that dude had to go expose himself on Instagram, so he's gone. So
Yeah,
who
what did
knows?
he do again? What did he get exposed his wiener, didn't he?
Yep.
Well, maybe we give it a few years and it'll die off.
Guy across the desert. I don't have a sniper.
He's dead. There's one in the far back as well.
Yeah.
He's one shot. Murdering. Oh, there's another one right below where we killed the first guy. You little loot thief. Not on our watch.
That's our loot. Dork. Nice building over here, dork. Like, that's impressive. It goes through the rock, out the top, out the bottom. Any shotguns over there?
Yeah, there's a blue pump.
Yeah. This guy have gold.
Oh man, I can't. Now I've got that Darth Maul stuck in my head, like the fight scene. I can still remember being in theaters as a kid, and when that door opened and Duel of the Fates started playing, bro, I
Yeah, it
still
was
get
awesome.
goosebumps. Oh, it's the coolest shit ever.
Someone's got to redub it now when that opens up, right? And the three of them are just staring at each other. They got to dub it. So Liam Neeson's like, "What you should know is that I have a particular set of skills."
Yeah. It's crazy. Liam Neeson is the one that died from that altercation and then ended up becoming like one of the baddest men in cinema for a time period.
That'd be awesome.
Oh,
for them.
man. So have you seen like a clip of the Obi-Wan and Darth Maul fight when he finally kills Darth Maul?
Yeah, I've seen that. How he
So do
changes
you know-
positions and everything.
He changes to Qui-Gon's position and lures him into doing the same move
Yeah.
that he did to Qui-Gon, and then he ends up killing him with it. That was like
Something I never
it's
knew
crazy.
until I saw a
Rebels like
video
a
on
little
it.
kid show. Yeah, me
Oh,
either.
Purple Bird.
I watched that. I watched that show, and then I was like, I never
Oh yes.
caught that. And then later on, when I did, I was like, oh my god, how did you all like? That's that's insanely detailed and good. And Rebels was like way more of like a kid show than Clone Wars was. Like, you know, like that's the crazy part of it. I was kind of shocked that they even had that happen in Rebels,
Yeah.
but it was incredible.
Got 4 teams. Spiderweb.
Somebody in front of us, Spider-Man to the right. He might be going to reboot.
Left. Straight.
Nah, he's back left now. Yeah, went up that way. I think he's in that little hut over there.
Oh. They aggro Colombo. He's
Yeah.
pissed. He's right over that hill to your 11
Yeah,
o'clock.
I'm gonna get up on the hill so I can have a better look.
Oh yeah, they're out
Be
there.
careful. I thought I heard a Spider-Man. That dude may have Spider-Man over
Oh,
there.
I heard it
when he
too.
heard the. But just in case, you know, he still might be sitting over there, like in that bush. I'll have to keep an eye on that, because I think that's the only place to reboot now. I wonder if you can kill him.
Colombo?
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna do 1 damage a hit, right? It's gonna take a lot.
Yeah, it would take a lot of. Yeah. I don't know what his hitbox is. I'm gonna do something real
We got
quick.
three teams. No, 4 teams.
I knew this
You
dude
knew
would
it.
be sitting over here, man.
Hit him for 31. He's building up now.
He just probably took my AR as well.
Oh, I'm not because I hit escape. Fuck. He's pushing. Damn.
Yeah, a dude that good camping in a bush, man. That's crazy.
All right, let me hit the bathroom. Come down.
Alright.
Pick some. I'm so pissed, man. We're fully loaded with ammo and everything.
I
and
know.
builds. And I took like 3 shots and I went to build and I hit escape and it brought up my menu and then he downed me and I was like, God damn it! I'm so pissed. All right, I'll be right back. What? What? Phew. There we go. First one of the night. Out of nowhere. What the hell, Retro USB? Here we go. That's exactly what this is. I see him.
him over there?
Straight ahead. Oh, I just hit him for 200. Holy shit.
Nice. I just ripped him.
Yeah!
Oh, we
Let's
win.
go!
Let's go!
Yeah, baby.
Hell of a win.
Whatever I was hitting for 200 with whatever it was like grenades or something coming out of the cannon. It was awesome. I just wanted the spiders, man. I didn't want the rest of the zombies. Nobody be here. All right. Where are we going? Oh, I know that spot. Good.
Yeah.
Guy hit my chest on top of my mountain. He's
Yeah,
coming,
somebody just landed here.
he's coming down already. I'm coming down behind you.
He's one shot, maybe two.
I don't have a weapon.
He's gonna be getting his buddy.
Ah, missed every shot.
He hit every shot. God, they never miss.
What the hell skin is that? Thanks. Battle bots. But it's cute because they're matching.
Right?
Not looking too good, Fred. I need some super notes. I'm still pumped about last night, man. He and I had a great night.
Yeah.
We left the
So
building.
cool, dude.
Left the building, went up to the beach. He was like, I smell it. I'm like, it's in your blood, son. You grew up down here. Like, the salt air is part of you, okay?
Yeah.
Like, and he's like, but Daddy, you grew up down there. I'm like, yeah, it's true. You're Central Jersey. We gotta drive an hour to get to the beach. I grew up 15 minutes from it. Like I could get to the bay from my parents' house in about 3 or 4 minutes. But to get to the actual beach, you have to go up through another town, come over Tom's River, and get up the seaside. So, but I'm like, once you cross that bridge, the salt air hits you. It smells like garbage. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And you get out of the arena last night and you smell it. You're just like, yeah. It's like home.
Hell yeah.
And he's like, can we get some like treat now? I'm like, all right, let's go.
It's ice cream time.
Let's go. How much was the ice cream? It was like $30. For like, it wasn't ice cream. Ended up being cake or some cheesecake and chocolate mousse or something.
Ooh.
We were just
Nice.
excited that there was a place open. It was like a 24-hour grab and go. And I was like, well, you get what you get,
yeah.
bud.
How'd Ben do at the tables?
He's like, is that the casino? I said, yeah, no. I'm like,
It's like, son, no, that's where all the degenerates gather.
and Daddy, in the news rack over there, what is that? I said, it's flyers for hookers.
Just letting you know, son. See, my dad would have actually told me that back in the day, just to be funny. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's good dude night. Get right into the arena the first thing. Daddy, what's that smell? Nothing. Just keep moving.
What was it, beer?
No, so it may or may not be marijuana. Just keep going.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I was like, just keep going. We're gonna get chicken sandwich. Let's go. I'm nowhere near you. I'm trying to get there. I'm by the Aztec temple.
Oh, you're good.
Oh, someone just knocked down a tree over here. Shit. I'm gonna run right into him. Oh, I'm dead. Are they shooting at me? Stop shooting at me. Trying to run away from this guy. He's gonna wreck me.
I'm trying to get a gun. I'm on my way.
Yeah, I might have left. Nope, he's still shooting. He's his body.
Yeah, run him right to me. Got him.
I didn't see another one. I just ran by him.
Yeah, there was another one because he was shooting at you right as I killed the guy, and now he's not peeking his head. Oh well. Go hit the vault. Get our snipers. I will say, I didn't think I would, but I really like this white Spider-Man skin.
Yeah?
I think it looks really cool when you have it on.
It definitely makes you look thinner, more slender.
Yeah. I just can't really fart in it in case I have any accidents, you know? Wouldn't be a good look. But I like the black on the side of it. I feel like it makes it pop.
It's pretty cool looking. Alright, let's see. Oh, here's that purple thing. Ranger?
Purple
Alright.
Ranger.
Alright, Ranger, you and me today. Let's go.
What have I become?
No, dude, he's rocking out to that all day.
That's so cool.
He's putting on Spotify all day long. You get in the truck. Daddy, can you put it on? I'm like, hell yeah, man. Let's go.
Right? Yeah, I actually, from where I missed Dynamite last week, I didn't even know that there was a title match.
Oh, tonight?
Last night.
The death match?
Yeah, I had no idea. And so when that happened, I was like, you know, I was sitting here, I was like, man, I hope it's a good show for him tonight and everything. And then when they said that at the beginning of the show, I was like, oh my God, like they're getting hooked up. I was like, is this going to be like one of those really good shows tonight? And then with the way it started off, with MJF coming out and whatnot, and them saying that FTR was going to fight CM Punk in a random opponent, I was like, oh shit. I was thinking that Keith Lee might debut and that would be what he did. You know, like he came out to help CM Punk. So, but when he came out just for that match, it was like people, you know, at least I wasn't expecting it. So it seemed like everybody was like, oh shit, like he's here. It had been a big rumor that he was going to go there.
Yeah, Ben's asking me, he's like, who is this guy? I'm like, I don't know. Because I still only know like half the roster, you know? And I'm like, I don't know. And I'm like saying it really soft because I don't want the people around me to know that I don't know. You know?
Right. Oh, man.
And then I'm like, I pull up my phone and I'm like, I can't look this guy up live. Then everyone will know I don't know. Like,
yeah.
I said, we'll check it back at the hotel room. I'm sure he's awesome. And then he yeeted, what's his name? And I'm like, yep, he's awesome.
Yeah.
That got such a big pop
Dude,
when he did that. It was great.
Oh, man. Like I said, I jumped out of my seat with it. I was like, oh, my God. I'm hitting this rift. There's another one. I'm hitting the higher one. There's one on the ground.
Okay. Oh, we gotta go. Okay. Ravenite says Switchblade was not anyone I've seen speculated to be on. I don't know who that is.
He's a New Japan guy. Yeah, that came out of nowhere too. Let's just go in right here.
Wait, who was he? He was on last night?
Yeah. Oh, I ran right into somebody as usual. Got him.
Oh, I was going to put the land on
Yeah,
him.
he was the guy. When Adam Cole and the Young Bucks beat the hell out of that guy backstage, he was the one that kind of showed up
Oh, so the
out of nowhere.
internet referenced him as somebody else.
Yeah.
Johnny somebody. I don't know if that's his real name or not. Okay.
Yeah, Raven and I probably know more about that than me. I know about New Japan, but I just never really get a chance to watch it. So I'm kind of out of the loop on a lot of the New Japan stuff. But I knew he was from New Japan. Like I kind of knew who he was.
Wait. A second. Internet said his name is Jay White.
Okay.
I don't know if Jay White and Switchblade are the same person.
Raven Knight? I've only ever heard him called Switchblade. So that might be his like real name, you know, like his Switchblade Jay White.
Yeah, Raven
Maybe
says yes.
JR actually said that. I think actually I do think JR said that last night. It is he said Switchblade and then he said Jay White.
Oh, fucking
But
JR.
I keep hearing Jay Wright. Yeah,
Jay
I
Wright.
keep hearing Jay Wright. And that's great. And in a tree and now I'm probably dead. Made it out.
Where'd you?
And there
Oh,
you
you're
go.
back. Oh, I got ripped. I got ripped big time. Someone went rip mode on me. They got the hand pistol. I can't move.
Got him.
Where's his body?
He has minis. And then there's a sat shield over here. And there should be a med kit right here too when I open the Spider-Man thing.
I gotta make it. Hit it now.
no,
And I'll hit that
minis.
half shield when I get there.
Didn't do that. Oh, thank God.
Tony Khan comes out about a minute before the show goes live. Like, it's good to be here in Atlantic City. It's my first time ever in Atlantic City. We got a good show for you. See you later.
He's so cool, I think. I love Tony Khan.
He seems very young.
He
I don't
is.
know how old he is.
Or
but
at least I think he is, yeah.
so I don't know where his wealth comes from, but
I think his dad
someone shot the IO
is
guards up there.
super rich. Yeah, I think his dad is super rich, and then Tony Khan also, like, I think he owns part of the Jaguars.
Really? They're a bad guy there, or just IO guys?
It's a bad guy. Or no, wait, now I guess it is only IO guys. I don't know where the bad guy is.
Car.
He hit me.
I'm doing everything through the window but hitting him. Got that guy.
Nice, dude.
Ooh.
Bitch. Is there extra med kits right there?
I got one. You need another one?
Okay.
Or you need one? I got
Yeah, I
one
just
more.
need one.
Let me finish hitting this. Are we gonna have time? Here you go.
Nice. Oh, never mind, I've got a fish.
I'm gonna carry the shield thing if we have time to get to the,
Yeah, we
I
had
gotta
that jump
pad outta
pad
here.
right there. Go ahead and go.
That thing's ticking hard. "35 seconds, so we gotta go again.
Right.
I don't have any more white health. We go short side, make it easier for us. Get out of here, Warthog.
There's a dude running up there. Oh, nice. I'll do that the wrong way, damn it.
That's right.
Not really, we gotta go this way anyway.
Oh, of course.
Where's that from?
Top of the mountain,
To the
east,
left,
122.
yeah.
Are we in here?
Yeah, I'm just giving you some cover, yeah. Ooh.
Alright, maxed out.
They're moving to the right in a car. Took out his tire. Here, come here. Where are you at?
I'm up top here.
Alright, eat this. And there's 2 extra slices of pizza there if you're interested in that.
Yeah, I'll carry the other one. That's my only heal.
Okay.
I do got a flare gun though. Four teams.
Yeah, there's somebody fighting right there.
Gas stations in circle. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna run over to the care package real quick.
Watch the flare onto the butter barn.
Okay.
Hurts me to do that.
I can't believe you did that to our boy Man Cake like that. That's his establishment. I got a grenade launcher. One of them just came out the front.
Yeah, here's spider webs.
He went back in to get the loot and he's getting ready to come out. I knocked one of them.
One's way over there.
Eliminated one. Yeah, he didn't miss a single shot. I wonder.
It's just us and him. $65.
I need to try to pick up a shotgun.
Flare out. I don't know where he is. Nice job.
Bitch. How'd
Nice
that work for ya?
job. Nice. We're back,
Hell
baby.
yeah.
Tony Khan's dad is wealthy, worth more than Vince. The GG's working. Yes, everything's back to normal. Dragonite, thanks again. That GG emote was awesome. I'm glad that works.
Right.
We won, Fred. We did it. He's like, that's great. It's warmer upstairs, asshole. When I logged into Stream Elements today, I got an alert that there's a new sponsored stream available for me.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I have to check that out. It's well, I can't click on it. Check it now. I have to check it out tomorrow. Might be time to raid more Shadow Legends.
Right? Wonder if it's that Lost Art game. God, it seems everybody's playing that.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Everybody was playing that the other day.
Yeah. I don't really know anything about it, but
I even saw Asmon was playing it too.
bro, Asmon had 260,000
Yeah.
people watching him do it the other day.
I don't. Did he take a break from streaming with all the Blizzard stuff going on?
Maybe.
You don't see numbers
haven't
like
seen
that
him on
unless
in a
you're
while.
gone for a while.
Yeah, or just the game, because I think he had yesterday. I think he had 150K doing it. Like, I wonder if it's a mix of that and just the new game being out.
Could be a combo. But
And
what I
everybody
watched
wanting
was
to
like
see it.
I watched like half an hour of him, and he was just lighting people up with this flaming sword thing. I was just like,
Bro,
he was like, easy game, I'm the best. It's like playing right into his
He
shtick. It was so cool.
yeah, he cracks me up, bro. And I don't know, that dude has to be loaded with
Yeah,
money, by
I
the
think
way.
so.
And he was saying the other day when I was watching, he said that he lives in the hood.
Yeah.
And all this stuff.
Probably, yeah.
And I'm like, he's just one of those guys that just gets a lot of money and just sits on it, man, and just
He's-
doesn't do anything to like lavish or anything.
Yeah. He's the Manny Ramirez of streamers. Did you ever hear the
Right.
story? Manny Ramirez, he's
There's a guy on the ground here.
gave a dude
Go
a ride or something, and he goes, "Oh, can you get open a glove box and get the thing for me?" He opens it, and there's like 2 checks in there for like 260,000 each.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What is?" What? He goes, "Do you know what this is?" Oh, I got nothing but a flare gun. This will be good.
Jesus Christ, where did all these people come from?
I just set this dude. I'm down. He one pumps me, and I crush him with a flare gun. And he lives, and I die. Of course, that's the way it is.
Oh, about right.
I hit him square in the face with that thing.
All ARs up here.
I had a flare gun and a harpoon gun. That was my loot.
Yeah, right. Nice.
I hate when that shit doesn't come down. Come on.
Right. It makes me so mad.
I like that back bling too.
He hired that guy.
Did he?
No, I'm trying to build.
Wow. The green pump back there behind a reboot. No.
Damn,
What?
What did he hit me with? A green auto pump shotgun.
Clip that.
Did over 130 damage to me.
Let me see this. Behind a reboot. Okay, let me slow it down. You hit him for 63 and 75.
Yeah, and his did over 100 to me, right?
His did the whole thing, one shot. He hit you once.
Oh, he one-shotted me.
Let's see. First shot is you. You crack his shield, 63. Second shot he did, but didn't take any damage from you. He missed his. He missed his first shot. Your second shot hits for 75. And then he blasted you in the face. And the number
That's so
doesn't.
crazy.
The number doesn't show. Just.
I actually think his first shot hit, because I'm pretty sure with that first one, he knocked me down to like 20 or 10 health.
Let's see. If it did, it doesn't show on my
Let's
screen.
save it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it might have been delayed on yours.
Because when he hits you in the face, you go from 150 to nothing.
Yeah. Let me
Which
look.
is
I'm
weird because
assuming
it
I
doesn't
click
take away your
online.
shield, it just kills you. 57. No, that was your 75. Sorry. That's backwards. Okay. Ah.
Yeah, he knocked me with the first hit. Hold on. Yeah, the first hit, he knocked me down to 19 health.
Okay.
Yeah. and I
Still.
hit him for 63. So yeah,
That's 131.
We traded shots with pretty much the same gun, and he did about 63 more damage than I did.
He did 131 on the first shot.
Yeah, and I did 63. Yikes.
I gotta change my pickaxe after this. It's a cool one, but it's not fitting for core. Remember how much I hated core? We had to do the core challenges. She was in a corner of Misty Meadows, and I just hated seeing her. I was like, I hate the core challenges.
Oh yeah. Yep. Those were the worst.
I don't know. The cube animation on all these skins is pretty legit awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I love them. Let's go back and dominate again. We own this place.
Let's do it. So I haven't watched Impact Wrestling in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I randomly just threw it on because I was like looking for something, and I had it on the NBA game, and it was boring, so I just flipped it off, and I've had Impact on since you invited me. And Switchblade's out here on Impact. Like, these guys just go through it, huh?
Wherever the money's at.
Yeah,
Tony
I think it's
Khan's-
kind of cool that they do that.
Tony Khan tweeted that he didn't sign him until Sunday, a few days ago.
Wow. Oh, Jesus Christ. What is this? Tilted Towers?
Pick up the gun. You picked up everything but the goddamn gun.
So it's gonna be that kind of night for me with the shotgun.
Good Lord, those two, and then some guy behind me was ripping me.
I hit that person on the ground right there, that number 14 soccer skin. I hit her point blank in the head with a blue pump for 70 yellow damage. Like, I can't
Really?
get over 100 tonight, I guess. Might be a sub night.
Sub is the weapon tonight.
I mean, I did hit for 88 with the goal and won the game with the gold auto shotty, but I'll leave it to just that. I don't know.
Let's see if I got ready. Man. Yeah, when did this, like, I thought the attractiveness of this location died down.
All right.
I mean, everyone dropped here when the season came out, but well, maybe you have to drop Tilted next. Who knows? If everybody's here, they can't be a Tilted. Come here, Wolverine. I got you. Oh! I didn't even know Impact Wrestling was still a thing.
Yeah, it's gonna sound bad. You know what got me into Impact Wrestling? Did you ever watch it a lot?
No, I just knew that it existed and caught it once in a while.
Okay, there was this group of girls in there called the Beautiful People,
Mm-hmm.
and it was I think Velvet Holler, or Velvet Sky. Velvet Holler, I think is her Twitter name. Velvet Sky and Angela Love and Buddy. I watched them come out. And I was like, well, I'll be tuning into this every week. I'll tell you that. I mean, they were unreal. And
activated
like Gail
myself.
Kim, she used to be in WWE and she was in it. And I actually, like a couple of weeks after, like I'd watched it, like I think I'd watched it one time. And one of the guys that I worked with at the time was big into wrestling too, and he was like, "Why don't you go to a show with me this weekend or this next week?" And I was like, "What is it?" And he's like, "It's Impact." And I was like, "Well, I don't really know much about Impact, but I was like, wrestling shows are always fun to go to, so I'll go." And we went, and it was actually just a lot of fun. It was probably a lot like, not like AEW because I really didn't know a lot of the people in there at the time, but like AJ Styles was in there, so I knew him, and
Yeah.
then and a couple of like WWE people and WCW people, so I knew them, but a lot of some of the guys I just didn't know, and it was fun as hell. And Impact was really fun to watch there for a while. It was kind of like, it was a lot like WCW, but they just faded out a lot quicker, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those girls on there, they did have some hotties on there, and it was a lot more Attitude Era WWF where they didn't shy away from stuff. I was like, oh, hello.
Last time I saw Impact, geez, it was I don't know if Dixie Carter still owns or runs it, but she had run it, and it was AJ Styles was still the top talent, but they had Hogan in for a while, what seemed like a few weeks, but maybe it was a few months.
And his daughter?
I don't remember his daughter, but I remember Dixie Carter did this thing where she was grabbing onto Hogan's leg when Hogan was quitting, and she was begging him to stay, and he had it. And I don't know if that was work or a shoot, but it was like, wow, this sucks. It was just bad.
Right. Yo, can you come into this cave real quick?
Yeah, hang on.
I've got a thing we can use. Actually, well, I was gonna be able to carry it, but I've just found a good sub, so.
Come on.
Yeah, I remember them doing like some angle with his daughter.
They have a Twitch channel that shows Impact shows, says Dragon Knight.
Oh yeah, they do.
Why are you running away from me?
Okay, here it is, because I kind of lost this for a second.
His daughter was with Bubba Dudley for a storyline. Really?
Yeah. Yeah, they actually had a really good faction run with the Aces and Eights. They did for a while. That was actually really fun to watch.
I don't want to carry this. Did you loot this whole place already?
Yeah, there wasn't really much in there, honestly. Unless there was a bunch I missed.
No, I just saw a bunch of builds. I didn't know if that was you or not.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, I'm trying to find my way out. I made it! That was over by the wind bleeds. I don't know where there's a van at. Over there. Combo, what's up, dude? Hi, buddy. I don't think he likes my dancing.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
Can you
Boy.
fart out a weapon for me here, buddy? Come on. Oh, he's happy color. Bye.
I gave him a berry. He better give us a gun.
Oh,
There it is. It was a green pistol.
really, Colombo? Oh, someone's attacking the IO guys.
I think they finished the fight.
Damn it. Just zoomed in on me, like, one way.
Oh, they know we're
scanning.
here.
Yeah.
Nice shot. He aimed me right in that bush. I don't know how he saw me.
Where's your friend at, homie? I see a blue SMG over there. Looks like bait. I'm gonna go for the bait. "15 seconds so I can use the scanner."
Team back over here to the left, shooting Colombo.
How dare they?
He just did that with a sub, dude. I don't know how these guys have enough aim like that, man.
To your left.
Watch
Missed.
behind us. That's what I mean. I don't know how he missed. He doesn't miss. I'm hitting a half shield.
Oh, they're both here.
See, they just don't miss, man. I don't know. I don't know.
We killed that guy. Is that a different guy?
Look, he hasn't missed a single shot. Watch him melt me out of the air. Watch. He will not miss if he shoots at me. That's just nuts, bro.
Sorry, I'm torn every game between an SMG and a shotgun. This game was an SMG and I hit him for like 198, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't even get a chance to shoot at the dude.
As soon as I jumped down on him, then his buddy came over and they both just teabagged me.
Yeah, that was right when I edited my wall to come out. And then I watched how quick they melted you. I was like, man, I have no shot.
Booted.
Of course it is.
Yep. Who boots a truck in the middle of a desert?
All right.
Oh, my kid, nice. Fred is not sleeping, just sitting here staring at me. Fred, you gotta lay down, buddy.
The one time I want to use these stupid things and there's 5 shots in it. I don't think I've ever seen one get that low.
Yeah.
Probably too loud.
Oh yeah, they're
These
right there.
dudes are literally sitting here in the storm waiting.
They just got engaged. Nice.
He just turned and looked at me, bro. You can't make this shit up. Now, I'm just gonna ask you a question. Did he miss every single shot he take and then ripped me with a headshot? Like, what luck is that, Steiny? What luck?
That's the Steiny luck. We call that spray and pray.
Right? Oh, they put down a jump pad. My volume's glitched.
Great. Oh boy.
Hey, you weren't in a fight or anything. No big deal, bro.
Oh, a lot of people still left.
Alright. Oh, he's right above me. That's great. Yeah, come on down, bro. Come on down, man.
I'll get on my gray pistol. Right above.
There's one right on us, too. Oh, no, wait, that's a cactus. Come get this chest. That's what I mean, man. You can't just get hit and just be normal. You get hit and you're dead, basically.
Oh, he's in that brick building back there. They're fighting across somebody. We can move. Somebody's got a sky bridge out there.
You aren't lying. I'm taking it out.
Same team from before.
Bastards. I mean, do people just fight? Why do y'all take breaks from fighting each other?
Look at all these. Jeez. These builds are nuts.
He just sniped my other tire out.
Shot. Come on, fuck him up.
Don't shoot
Oh,
me!
come on, other team. Come on, other team. Use your brain.
And now they don't press this guy.
I know.
They just sit in their
That
little
guy's
base.
gonna get
man.
rezzed.
Like,
Oh, yeah, now you realize it, idiot. Come on, he's got a resume. Oh, he blew it. What are you doing? Get down on top of him. Oh my god.
yeah, this is the type of people that play this game.
You missed. Finally. Now die. Smooth move, X-Lax.
Right? I wish I could get a compilation of pictures together of all the damage I've done with my shotgun tonight, and like the shotguns I've had tonight and with the damage I've done. And I've got the most damage from being the farthest away with a shot.
Yeah.
The one time I hit over 100, I was probably 20 or 30 yards away.
They shouldn't call it a shotgun. It should be called something else, like a slug gun or something.
Yeah, right.
It is exactly not a shotgun. It's not like a buckshot or anything. It's
Look, he just tried to hit his shot from there with it. Now that's just dumb.
I would have done that.
Yeah, like I said, how does his gun just not move?
Yeah, it looks like it's floating a little bit. Like that's the most movement I've seen out of anybody using an MP.
Yeah.
And at least that looked like it was floating around a little bit, like a figure eight, but no one else's moves. And ours are just all over the place.
All over the place, man. Like I gotta sit there and like aim at their crotch.
Yeah, like
And
it's the first
about
time we're at the
third shot, I get
range.
a headshot.
And we just get blown backwards with it. Our arms are destroyed. You know? Oh, dude. I swear we have some magical setting not turned on or something.
Right?
God almighty. And we somehow still got to win tonight with all that against us.
Damn right.
You know, we're all right. We're all right, dudes. My wife today says, Ben's like, oh, I got CM Punk. I got a CM Punk shirt. It's awesome. And she, oh, what? I'm like, his name is CM Punk. She goes, oh, what does that stand for? And I'm like, never mind. Cash money.
You know what it means now?
It was Chick Magnet, wasn't it? Chick Magnet Punk?
I thought it was Chicago-made Punk.
Oh. Okay, well, I thought it was Chick Magnet.
I could be wrong.
I was just like, I'm like, yeah, it's cool man Punk.
Yeah, right. It also could just be something that changes with whatever is going on at that time, you know?
It's true. It's true.
Because I swear what I heard was it like, I think it was it might have been when he fought Cena for that title and then left. And I want to say there was a sign. Now that's what I'm basing this on, so I could be totally wrong, but it was a sign that said Chicago made Punk. And I was like, oh, he's from Chicago. I'm like, oh, so he's a Chicago-made Punk. Oh, maybe that's it. But like I said, that could still be big time wrong.
He should fight Hulk Hogan then. Chicago made versus American made.
Right? But Hulk Hogan's a real American.
True, American made was his WCW music. Because I'm American made.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
he couldn't use Derringer's Real American. Who are these guys? Are you... You're not near this battle. Okay.
They are brawling over here.
I'm gonna die. Yep. I killed one, but there's a Foundation guy just finished me. He's got like a green back bling.
Where do they get all these mats?
And guns. Oh, that was sick, dude. That was gnarly.
Hell yeah.
Yes. You rock.
I actually hit them all. I actually hit all the shots there.
For some kind of good damage, too. That was awesome.
Right?
I'm sitting there with an auto shotgun, and I'm hitting every shot, and this guy's sitting there with a pistol going, pew, 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 pew. I'm like, how am I dying?
Right.
Red. Gotta lay down, bud.
I don't trust it.
Don't give Vince ideas. He brings back many washed up people. He'll bring Hogan back for a cheap pop and a payday until he dies.
Till he says something racist for the 25th time.
Vince did that live on Raw one night. Back in the day.
I still can't believe that. With the Booker T thing?
Yes! I remember
Yeah,
watching it
dude.
live going, look at my friends like, what just happened?
Yeah. I can't believe he did that. That was back when you could actually, you know, kind of make a joke like that and it actually be received as funny, you know, but
Still, like, you almost, like,
Now
I
you're
love
done.
Booker T, but I almost lose respect for him for not, for allowing that to happen. Like, to agreeing to that.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's what I couldn't believe they agreed to it.
there's spiderweb on us.
Was there?
Man, I swear I heard it. I got a shield sprinkler thing.
Yeah, there was one over here too. We might want to take off before, unless you like don't want to carry it.
No, I'm good. I'll carry it.
Okay.
We'll What gun did this guy drop?
Purple sniper.
Oh, there's a half shield here. Let me hit this if I can real quick.
All right, I'm gonna throw this down then.
I'll still carry the sprinkler.
Yeah.
Let's see, I'm gonna carry this guy. Sure. Should have known that main event last night was gonna be good when you didn't see them all night. So you just had this vision of him in the back just working shit out all night. Just making sure everything's going to work out perfect.
Right.
Crowd started laughing too when Lance Archer started pulling out chairs from under the ring. And he just starts, he's throwing them in like ECW style.
Yeah, right. Was there a big pop when he hit that I mean, it sounded like there was, but when he hit that buckshot lariat to win it through the table?
Yeah, absolutely.
I
was trying to explain that earlier. Like, people forgot the tables were set up. They did such a good job of showing them they were there, pretending to almost go through them. You can carry 2 of these things? Cool. And it was done so well, and then they distracted you, and you forgot about they were even there. And at the end of the match, when he starts to do the buckshot, all of a sudden here's the finish. Oh my god, the table's just there. Oh my god, this is gonna be epic. Here it comes out. You like all those they started rushing at once, and then they hit it. Boom.
Yeah, that's kind of how it played out on TV too. Is I'd completely forgotten about the tables, and I was like, oh, like he did it, and I was just like, oh my god, oh my god.
Yeah, there's a bunch of oh my god started coming back at once, and that was really, really, really done well. Spiderweb left, maybe.
Llama.
Yeah, he's down there.
Yep, he's gonna go for that llama.
I'm gonna snipe him. Hold still, John Wick. Oh, you moved! He's going left.
His buddy's on me.
Hit him for 95.
Dude, how did he get in my box? That's still my wall.
Oh, just saw him at the last second.
I don't get it, bro. He
I don't
literally
either,
walked through my wall, and it was blatantly still my wall. Ugh, that ping's just such a disadvantage.
Damn.
I become.
Why'd he have to freaking move? It'd be so
I'm
dead.
kind of disappointed in you about something though, because I know you didn't do it, or else you'd already told me.
Okay.
And that's during Wild Thing. Were you the random guy in the? You should have been the random guy in the crowd that the camera cuts to, and you're just like, and you're holding up the Bev thing, and you're just like, yeah. You know what I'm talking about? You remember that guy when they cut to him when he's walking out to Wild Thing?
No.
And then they cut to the guy in the stands, and he's like, yeah.
In the first one?
I can't remember if it's the first one or the second one, but I think he's a beer vendor. And he's like holding his cart of beers, and he's like, yeah! And like just screams. Oh my god. I swear I think it was the first one.
I gotta
the
watch
second
that
one had
one.
a heavy 90s vibe too. So it could have been, I don't know. Some of them run together. They run together in so many different parts, you know?
Ravenite, you're going to have to find that on YouTube. The Ricky Vaughn entrance in Major League One in the game against the Yankees.
Yeah. Did you see when Booker T said it on WC? Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah.
When he said it on accident. It's funny, wasn't it both of them involved Hulk Hogan? Or no, wait, that one involved Hulk Hogan. The other one did.
The other one was Vince, and Vince was going down for a
Yeah.
match with the tank top on. He's all chest is pumped and everything. He's walking all dorky.
Yeah, he says it to John Cena, doesn't he? And then Booker T's like standing right there.
Yeah, he walks past Booker T and his girl. Tell me that did not
Booker T.
just happen.
Booker T had the best look on his face too. Like, as bad as it was really funny. I gotta say, it was funny because like stuff like that can be funny if it's just done in a comedic, funny way. But if it's done in a forced, just disrespectful way, it's not, it's not funny. But that just seemed like something that was very. I get they just wanted it to be funny, but it was like.
Well, they're also in that. Well, no, it wasn't. It wasn't It wasn't the Monday Night Wars because they already had Booker T there, so they already bought WCW.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it was in the era of what can we push next, or what envelope can we push next,
Yeah, it was kind of right. Not too far after kind of the real end of the Attitude Era. Oh, was I not close enough? What the fuck?
Sherry just smiles. yeah, exactly.
And then doesn't his brother start kind of like about to start laughing? That would have been me. If I'd have been his brother, I would have died laughing. Them saying that. I'm sorry. Oh,
Sniper.
yay.
More snipers. Jeez, what is... I don't get the spawn rate on these chests.
I know, dude. They're horrible for being vaults. Dude, have you seen what's in the vault in the cavern?
I don't think I have.
I saw it for the first time yesterday, and it is nuts what all's in there. There's like 5 or 6 safes to get gold. There's what else was there? Like 2 or 3 supply drop boxes.
Wow.
All kinds of chests. Like it was nuts what all was in there.
Yeah, Frojo said the other day that it was loaded with gold.
Yeah, that's supposed to have been what he meant with all the safes.
No, Fred, stop growling at me. Just destroyed a torch, and I was thinking back to when you auto ran into the torch and set yourself on fire. Yeah, how the hell am I on fire?
Looked right at my map, came back, was set aflame. You know, just a normal day in Fortnite. Well, I don't have an AR, but I will find one eventually.
I have a blue AK, and I got superior nuts in my mouth. Oh!
Sounds like you're choking on them.
I am.
You gotta be gentle with them. Caress them. It's like Gordon Bombay said. Soft hands. soft hands, Averman.
Have you ever seen Men at Work?
Some...
Oh, there's a guy right there.
Oh my God, this is twice I've had this happen.
I'm in
to
a
me
tree.
now.
I'm gonna try and shoot him. It's a haven. What?
If that's a bot and didn't miss that shot, oh no, it's not a bot. Jesus Christ, man. My shotguns aren't hitting for shit tonight. His other buddy's behind this tree.
I can't build in a tree. We're in a swamp.
God, and he one pumped me pretty much with a... Oh my God.
Alright.
Alright, I'll give him one more chance and then I'm taking him, I'm done with him for the night.
This will be my last one. Mr. Stare at me all night. Won't stop staring at me. Mr. I need to get upstairs now. I don't have to go out. I just need to get out of here. It's funny, he's laying in the bed. When he was a baby, he would lay like north-south on the rectangle, like facing the short way, right? And he would cover like 3/4 of the bed. Now, squished in there, and his front legs and everything forward are still laying out in front of off on the ground. He doesn't fit this thing at all.
Oh wow, there's a... I think there's a pay-per-view for Impact coming to Louisville, which is an hour away from me.
You're gonna
That's random.
pay to really view it.
Right. Wonder how much tickets to that are. Dude, I meant to say this earlier, but I mean, aside from yesterday, have you been watching any Olympics?
Yeah, I have.
They did the skeleton today. Do you know what the skeleton is?
Skeleton's face first.
Yeah, boy, those girls were taking a beating on that thing today.
Really? Oh.
Oh
Gotta
my
check that out.
God. There were so many times where I like kind of gasped because I thought girls were getting hurt because they were coming around corners and just like ragdolling on this one section, just like hitting, you know, really hard. And then there was a girl from Belgium that, and they said this is kind of common, but this one girl was just doing it way too much. But they talk about, you know, because the G-forces can get so high that they'll have to put their head down and you can hear their helmet scraping on the track. And this one girl was like bad about it from Belgium, man, and she was getting lit up. And after she got done, like her helmet was like sliced up from it.
Wow,
It's like, oh
really?
my God, man. Yeah, it looked bad. They kept commenting about it. I think
Yeah,
I
those
saw
people
2 teams
are
at
the
least.
crazies of the crazies, man.
Yeah.
I saw luge relay. And I was like,
I don't
what?
think I've ever seen that before.
Somebody goes down by themselves, and then when they hit like a checkpoint, they slap something above them. And then the next person goes, and he slaps something above him at the checkpoint. Then the next person goes, and then the last person that goes is it's a 2-man sled. My wife goes, "How did they do that?" I said, "It looks pretty inappropriate, but yeah, they do it." It's like,
Yeah, right. Wow, that's pretty cool.
but I'm like, what happens? Like they hit the thing on the thing they hit is in like the middle of the track. Like what happens if they wipe out afterwards? And then the next person comes down and just runs them over.
Yeah, right?
So I need to know more about how this event works.
I killed another one. There's another dude on me.
Okay, going back to my house.
Sounds like they might be fighting on the middle island. I killed him.
Dang, just pulled a sniper for him. Oh, no, what the? Seriously.
It's been kind of crazy how little coverage there's been on these Winter Olympics. Like, you wouldn't even have to know they were going on.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, NBC has their usual primetime coverage, right? And then, you know, here with Xfinity here, we have like 2 other stations that have it. One's like news. It just kind of plays like the British broadcast of generic coverage. And one has like special stuff, but it's like, I guess you kind of have to like find and search stuff in their app.
Yeah,
So, but
USA has good stuff too, but it feels kind of to me like it's like you almost have to watch it on Peacock. Like, that's what they want you to do, is go watch it on Peacock. Because, like I said, I haven't been on there really. Oh no, I did get on Peacock and look the other night because it was like 1 or 2 a.m. and I wanted to see if there was anything going on, and they had I mean, you could pick from a plethora of different stuff. And I was like, oh, maybe this is what they want people to do.
maybe. Then they should advertise the hell out of it. Like,
Yeah, right?
you finally got with the times the way we want it. Ooh, purple MK in the vending machine on the island.
Ooh. I came back here. I didn't know there wasn't an upgrade machine back here. Oh, wait, yeah, there is.
Oh my god, there's a shark here and he's stuck. Not stuck anymore. Thanks a lot. There's a purple pump here.
I just upgraded. That's about right. I just upgraded to a purple heavy.
Alright, I'll grab that. Wasted 2 rounds of ammo on that shark. He didn't give me any back. That is so mean. I guess maybe the vending machine has some. It does. Okay. Just raped it of all his ammo. Forgot I didn't have any gold when I did that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you pick up? I can't pick up any of this. Is there not like ammo and stuff right here?
No.
What? So what am I marking?
It looks like a hand.
What the hell? On my screen, I marked brick, everything, and it's even showing me brick. That's nice.
Quality game, Kabam.
Right? We have fixed our parry issues. Where do we gotta go? Not too far. Let me see if there's another fishing spot over here.
One here.
Oh, there's a fishing spot there? Okay. Those spots sucked. Oh, there's a purple bird over here. Where the hell did it go?
Up your butt, Jobu. Did this chest spawn a gas can? Out of here.
I don't know. I've never seen that happen, but I wouldn't be shocked. Your butt, Jobu.
What's this chest down here? Yo, bartender. Jobu needs a refill.
Wham!
Yeah, back goes flying. Watch out! Then he's sitting with the ice pack, and the very next thing you hear is, "We're in the ninth."
Yeah. How many times does he say that throughout the movie? Both movies. I feel like he says we're in the ninth a lot.
Probably. I would have to go back and
Like it's
do
almost a staple.
a shot every time we hear it now.
Oh yeah, right. We're in the ninth.
Oh, where'd that boot come from? Where'd that reboot? I don't have a sniper.
Lot farther
Doesn't
than
matter.
it looks. Over there.
I don't have a sniper. Well,
Dude snuck up on me.
I ripped the top guy. I'm just gonna throw a flare on him.
Yeah, do that.
Oh, I hit you.
I may have run in front of you. Shit.
Good. Is the thing not burning? It is.
I did.
Oh, he. Ow!
I melted one of them big time.
Popping a mini. What?
Let me go see if I can kill them.
The other guy's to the right. Finish me. They don't miss
Of
shit,
course
dude.
you fucking did.
Beast Ninja 911.
Where the hell did he go? Look, they just don't miss. And how did none of my shots right there hit?
Yeah, and all theirs go right through the tree and hit you.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Right? Of course, his buddy just drops down right at the perfect time.
You couldn't get a better shot on him. 95.
Right.
Hopefully those guys in the truck are coming behind him. They're gonna wreck him.
Mm-hmm.
I wanna watch, see if that happens. Oh, the storm's pushing him right into that truck. Come on. Yeah, come on.
Truck's hurting too.
They saw him. Come on. Come on, truck. Avenge us. Ow!
Now, I don't know if that was a lag, and it may have been, but on my screen, his dot wasn't even close to him.
Yeah, all of
And he
his on
hit every
mine looked like
shot.
they were to the right. And he just
Yeah,
melted them.
exactly, to the right. And that may just be like a visual glitch for us, but still, he didn't miss a single shot, bro. You dick.
What are you doing? You're ticking for 5. Did you give up?
Oh dude, I'm in the storm. I didn't plan for this.
Oh, it's Beast Dog and Beast Ninja, of course. The 2 best beasts in the game.
We should change our names to FaZe Mighty Steiny and FaZe Hyperion.
And they're on Xboxes? Come on. Face. Now we have to make up a faction. Viking sluts.
Yeah, Viking sluts. Team Rachel, oh god, Rachel, what's her last name?
Ray?
No, in Major League. The bitch.
Oh, Rachel,
Phelps.
Phelps, thank you.
Yeah, Team Rachel Phelps. Oh my god.
I'm watching because I want this team to die.
Dude, I swear you get way less battle stars this season.
Oh, Fred, zip it. I agree with that. Unless I'm not doing challenges properly.
But still, we've done all of them.
Yeah, what am I? At level 1 something?
Yeah, I'm 146, and I'm only, like, in the bonus rewards, I'm only on page 3. Like, and only been able to buy one thing from it.
You're at 146?
Yeah.
So you should be able to get 2 pages of bonus rewards. The third one should come at
Yeah, I've got
160.
2 pages, yeah.
It's definitely taking longer because we got a month left in the season. Oh, wait, time for no
Yeah.
missing. No missing. And
Yeah, didn't miss a single shot.
it's hard to tell. I don't remember how many weeks I finished last season.
Yeah,
You had 100 levels ahead of me, so you capped out way before.
exactly. So that's why I can't even time it off that, you know,
remember
or base
having
it.
like 2 straight weeks of not earning bonus stuff. Oh, Fred, you walked over here.
And you got everything, right?
Yeah, Fred, come on up. You wanna come up here, up. Come on, up. Get your nose.
Oh, they got killed. Nice.
I missed. Come here, boy. Up. Up. There you are. It's Fred, guys. Give me kisses. Oh,
Yeah.
good boy. You say hi? No, you don't say hi? Okay, you're down? Okay. Alright, you go to your bed. Gonna go up in a minute. Chill. What did you
Hell
garbage?
yeah.
Let me back out of here.
Yeah, I wish I could just buy, like, I hate that I have to buy 4 things or, or all 5 things to unlock the next
Yeah, like when you
page
get
and
to
all
the
that
bonus stuff, you
crap.
should just be able to buy whatever you want.
Yeah, like I would be cool just getting enough battle stars to get all the Spider-Man alternates and all of the Ninja Dudes alternates, and I'm good. And
Yeah.
then maybe if I want the llama guy, but the other 2 I don't care. So it's like, I hate that I have to grind to unlock that to unlock something I actually want.
Yep.
And they
Yeah,
screwed us on the gumball.
I have 155 battle stars. I guess I haven't cashed many in. I'm at level 131 though, so I can still only get 1 page. Stupid.
Right. That's how I was. I didn't realize how many I had. I did the same thing with the Haven mask feathers. I was like, I got on there and I was like, oh my god, I have like 100. I randomly had like 165,
Yeah.
and I was like, damn. Now that I think about it, I've been opening chests, and I haven't been getting them. And I'm like, that's weird. I was like, is it capped at like 165? And then I looked at everything that I had left to unlock, and it was right at 165.
Oh, I'm gonna hit that soon in a minute too. But let me get this guy upstairs. He's literally
All
licking
right, brother.
the concrete floor down here.
All right, man. Well, I'm glad y'all had a great time, dude. That's so cool, man. It's
It
so
rocked.
cool.
It rocked. Like I feel
Hell yeah.
I don't want to go to another one because it's not going to compare.
Right.
It was too good.
Exactly. Hell yeah, man.
Cool. All right. Have a good one, man. I will talk to you tomorrow.
All right. Sounds good, brother.
All right,
See ya.
see ya. All right, everyone else, we're done for the night. Dragonite, thanks for hanging. Ravenite, thanks for having. If you have a knight in your name, thanks for hanging. And we're gonna head to bed, and then we'll be rocking and rolling tomorrow night. Have some more fun, end the week on a good note. But until then, guys, take care. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Stay mighty.